Hi guys, it's Wombat, and today I'm having a look at the Amazonas map version 2.0 by Reynaldo Sousa. The map is made for version ETS version 1.30. Let's go! So the Amazonas map version 2.0 is a 400 megabyte download that requires its own profile. It comes with two files, the mappa gratuito and the mod gratuito, and when you create your new profile you place the mappa gratuito on top of the mod gratuito, and then you select the amazonas.mbd module instead of the default Europe mbd file when creating your profile, and then you're off, and this is what you get. Now this is 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's still dark out, but I wanted to start early to get most of the haul done during the morning and early afternoon. So this map, there are pros and cons to it, and honestly in the beginning, I'm level 28 on this map now, in the beginning I really didn't like it, but as with quite a few other maps it has been growing on me, and I felt that now it was time for me to do a video on it, because I'm not only negative about this map anymore. There are things I do not like about this map, but there is also a ton of things I do like about the map. And I think I can see where Reynaldo Sousa is trying to go with this map, and it's somewhere between ETS2 and Mud Runner, because what you're looking at right now is a road. There's a ton of roads like these, a lot of gravel and a lot of mud, as you would expect from the Amazonas. And at the same time, I would say that on 90% of the map you can truck without having any speed limits to consider. And the downside of that is that when you're going through mud, gravel, as we just did when we went through this mud, you'll have AI passing you everywhere, going at, I don't know, 100 kilometers an hour, which is absolutely stupid and it's dangerous, and you risk crashing into people, which I have done several times on this map. Now, I don't want to introduce speed limits on this map, because my personal belief is that in the Amazons there might not be any speed limits really. It takes care of itself. But on this map I actually wish there were speed limits, and on tracks like this I would say 60 kilometers an hour. Just put it there, and way back there on the mud put it at 20 or 30 kilometers an hour, because you don't want to limit the trucker, but you want to limit the speed of the AI, because it makes absolutely no sense having them pass you in 100 kilometers an hour on mud. It doesn't make sense at all. We're gonna wait for this guy. But that is the what he. Wow. Okay. Thanks, buddy. That's very, very nice of you. Now where was I? Yeah, speed limits. So you want to, or I would like to see speed limits here, because it's absolutely bonkers. They're passing you everywhere, and they don't care about anything like double yellow lines. They don't care. They try to pass you anyway. So I wish there were some speed limits. Again, not because you want to slow the trucker down, yourself down, but you want to slow down the AI. And trust me, on this map, when you can, you should definitely try to go as fast as you possibly can, because of the missing speed limits and because of the huge amount of mud and gravel roads you'll be hauling on, you're gonna be almost too late on every single haul you do. Now, I don't know how the game calculates how long a haul will take when there are no speed limits. I'm gonna say it's calculating it on 70 kilometers an hour. And in the truck I'm hauling in right now, it's the Mercedes MG 1632 by Equalizer, or the updated version by Equalizer. I'm not able to do any more than 100 kilometers an hour, and that is going downhill. Going straight, I think I'm able to do 90, which should be more than enough. You don't want to go any faster than that anyway. But by introducing speed limits on parts of the map, I think that you are allowed to take a lot longer, perhaps even, when you're doing hauls. So my guess is that this haul, it is 400 kilometers, 404 kilometers to be precise. We're gonna be late. That's my guess anyway. So that's one of the, well, there you have it. How? Speed limit, at least put it at 90 kilometers an hour. And here, I'm not being, look at this guy, look at this. Seriously? Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna say about speed limits, I think. But I also want to talk about quality of map. The good thing here is that this map suits low-spec computers very well. As it will be seen, especially on tarmac, it's low quality prefabs, I guess it's called, even when it's the roads themselves that is being used. And all around it seems to be fewer elements to make this more friendly on a low-spec computer, and that is okay. I can accept that. But in some places it's rather irritating having these poorly placed modules. But I think it was the Dalton map for ATS where I said you're gonna be focusing on the road anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that is true to some extent, but for this map I wish it were more jungle and less open landscapes, or just not that dense forests. Another thing I like about this map is that it is the Amazons, and it's the part of the Amazons that goes through Brazil, or at least parts of the Brazil. It's not the entire Amazonas, because that is huge and spans over, I don't know, I'd say 5, 6, 7 countries in South America. So this is the part that covers at least half of Amazonas in Brazil. It is a standalone map, so I wish the map were a lot bigger, but it doesn't have to be a lot bigger to be run on its own profile. I'm level 28 on this map, and there are still 40% of the map that I haven't covered. Obviously, I've been on the same roads a few times, but it's not like I'm going back and forth between 2, 3, 4, 5 cities. Let's have a look at the map. So as you can see, the map is fairly big. It is some 30 cities or so, and as I said, there are still a lot of road I haven't covered. And here you have them, all the cities. Not good zooming in that far, I guess, but yeah, now you get to see it a little better. And it continues up here, and there you have it all. And there's, I think it's 3 ferries involved here. And yeah, I would like to see an expansion to the rest of the Amazonas, but this is a very good start, I must say. A couple of other things I like about the map is it's the river, the Amazonas River. In some places the color of the water is brown, and in other places it's blue. And I've never been to the Amazonas. I'll never go there. There are too many dangerous animals. I mean, insects, even plants that wants to eat you. So I'm never gonna go there. But I imagine that it is a fact about the river that it's from natural causes in some cases, and in other cases it's due to the humans. The river is brown to the color, and in other places it is blue. I like that. And I also like well, I don't like them, but it is something that is happening in the Amazonas. The forest burnings, you'll see some of that on the map as well. So there are elements to this map that I really enjoy when it comes to the scenery. And again, and I believe that we will see that during this haul. There are some elements that you will enjoy as well, and I think that you're gonna agree with me when we look at the tarmac, and especially in the curves, that we do not like the curves because of the low resolution elements that is being used to put the tarmac roads together. But other than that, it is a great, no, it's not a great, but it's a good map, and I'm starting to really enjoy it. It has been growing on me. It had to grow on me because I did not like it in the beginning, but that may have been because of the circumstances around it. When I started hauling on this map, I was starting up on 2 other maps as well that also were standalone maps, and at the same time I was looking at ATS to see if I could find any new maps for ATS, and I couldn't. And I was thinking to myself, why is everyone building brand new maps for ETS, and basically no one is building new maps for ATS? It isn't fair in any way, and this is something I strongly believe. It would be a lot better for new maps that are created to be created for ATS, because the competition on ATS and new maps on ATS is far lesser than the competition on ETS. There's a ton of maps for ETS, but only a handful of maps of countries or places outside of the US or North America, really. So ATS would hugely benefit from more maps coming to ATS. And as a creator, I think that, or developer, I think it would be better for you to start doing maps for ATS instead, because there are more or less none right now. There's a few. There's a Colombia map, there's a Peru map, there's a Hawaii map, and a Mexico map, but most other maps are of the US, parts of the US, and there's a couple for Alaska and Canada as well, but that's it. So we need more maps for ATS. Maybe I should say a couple more words about the truck I'm hauling in and what I'm hauling right now. We're hauling between Itapiranga and Manaquiri in Brazil. We're hauling diggers, 23 tons, and the truck I'm hauling in is a Mercedes MG 1632. However, on the side of the truck it says 2232. Never mind that. It is a 6x4. It has a 8+1 speed ZF. The engine is a naturally aspired V12 with 378 horsepower but only 1,236 newton meters of torque. So it's a decent truck, and it's something I would expect I would be seeing in the Amazonas if I ever went there. Not that I am, but yeah. So to sum it up, Amazonas is a decent map. It really, I think, needs a game that doesn't exist, something that is somewhere between Mudrunner and ETS2, but there is no such game that I'm aware of, so it is made for ETS2, and you'll have to accept the fact that the mud is just as hard to hit as the tarmac is. It is doing a decent job of, like right here, replicating the Amazonas, and there's a lot of challenges in it. The biggest challenge then being staying out of the way of the traffic around you and getting your cargo to wherever it's going in time. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got about this map. Enjoy the rest of the haul. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And in any case, I hope to see you again next time. Take care, guys. Bye bye.